Hi, my name's Brendan with Family Piano, and we've had a lot of clients recently ask for comparison videos between the remaining grand pianos we have in stock. So I thought it'd be helpful to briefly play a sample of each of the grand pianos, of kind of our nicer grand pianos. I've got a couple of our more entry-level older trade-ins that I'll be skipping, but for a lot of our nicer grands, I figured it'd be helpful. I'm not the greatest player in the world, but this way you can get a pretty good idea of the differences between the instruments. So right here, we are going to kind of start on this side of the room. This will be our 1998 Steinway B. It's 6'11". It does have the Piano Disc Prodigy 2 system on it. I'm not going to be demonstrating that for this video, but it does work. It's a wireless system. All the advantages of Piano Disc. It's their latest and greatest system. It's very nice. So let me just play a little and you can kind of hear a little what it sounds like. So the action on it's going to be a fairly medium feel for it. I think it's fairly responsive. I feel like I get good control while playing it. The sound, I would say, is kind of also fairly balanced, maybe a touch on the warmer side for it, but nice and rich, kind of a thicker tone. Maybe not quite as much volume as you'd expect from a 7-footer. But I think overall I like this one quite a bit. We also have another Steinway B. So I'm going to show you this one. This is originally from 1913, although it was rebuilt extensively on the inside. It is worth noting on this is that there were some soundboard repairs. So this is not a pristine and perfect soundboard. But those have been stabilized, so what you hear today is going to be consistent with what you hear for the foreseeable future on it. So let me play a little on this guy here. This does feature ivories on the keys. This one's going to be on the brighter side of everything. The action's going to be noticeably lighter on the 1913 B than the 1998 B. The dip is going to be a bit shallower in terms of how far down the key goes, but very responsive. It's lighter and very pleasant to play. No player system on this, so this would be just the acoustic piano right here. Next up, we have this Steinway L. This one's 5'11". It's worth noting on this that there is some alligatoring on the case. So this is not something that we can really fix in-house. Hopefully this is something that would work for you. Otherwise, there are some refinishers we can recommend for doing a professional refinishing job on something like this. Also, ivories on this as well. Not super heavy, but it's firm, yeah, very pleasant to play. I think a pretty balanced tone, and and this one's quite lovely. So this would be the Steinway L. So we've got on this one, this is a Weinbach. This was built in the Czech Republic. Same operation as Petrov. At the time, Weinbach had the same specifications as Petrov, so you can really think of this as kind of an early Petrov. This one's going to be 6'3", and just real pristine on the inside. So even though this is from the early 90s, I think it's held up very, very well, very well maintained. And let me play a little bit here for you. This is one that, as you can hear, is going to be a little on the warmer side, very rich, really lovely to play. On this, the action is going to be on the firmer side, so I think good control as you're getting the different levels of soft and loud and whatnot. So this one is quite lovely. Next up, we have a Mason and Hamlin A right here, and this one was extensively rebuilt. A local teacher had downsized from having a grand to an upright, but she had worked with two of Chicagoland's finest rebuilders and refinishers, respectively, to just put a ton into this piano. It was very well loved. The ivories are in great shape. A little bit on the lighter side in terms of the touch. I think pretty well balanced in terms of tone. This one does feature, and a lot of these do as well. It has, A-graphs in pretty much the whole range. You've got the duplex scaling, especially for the treble end on this. This one, you can see from the soundboard that repairs were done to the soundboard, where there was some shimming that was done, but otherwise in excellent condition. Next up, we've got in here a brand new GX6. This is their 7-footer. If Kawai asked me, I would have called it a GX7 for 7 foot, but they have their own terminology. This one's brand new. Hand built in Japan. This is their GX Performance series. So this is one that is features their Millennium 3 action with carbon fiber and all of that. The tops are going to be Neotex coating. The rim is going to be their Kansai Katagi blended hardwood rim to kind of give you the best of both a softer wood for richness and a harder wood for projection. It's going to have a vertically laminated bridge for the direct transduction of the sound into the soundboard. A lot of great things about this instrument, but I'll play some, give you a sense of how this compares to the other pianos. But this one's going to kind of offer you the most precision in terms of the action and the sound. In terms of the Kawai lineup, this particular instrument is a touch brighter, but we haven't really done any of the voicing work, so it is fairly easy to bring it to a more moderate sound profile if you prefer, or if you prefer the brightness and clarity that's on it. I think it's really pretty amazing. So this is a really good option right here. And then I've got one more Mason & Hamlin in back that I'd like to show you. Right back here. So this is going to be the same size as, so this will be the same size as the 5'8" as the one earlier. And this one 1904, and this one was extensively refinished, and new hammers, new dampers, new strings, you know, gorgeous work. That's all on this one. I'm sorry my playing isn't great, but I hope this gave you a pretty decent idea of how the different pianos sound, both in isolation and in comparison to each other. If you're interested in more details on any of this, please reach out. Again, my name is Brendan with Family Piano Co. You can reach me directly 847-574-5017 or brendan@familypiano.com. Thank you.